You know who I want to be like when I grow up? John Morant, because that dude literally doesn't give a damn about anything. He doesn't care what you think, what I think, what ESPN thinks. He doesn't care what the Memphis Grizzlies thinks. He doesn't care what fans think. He doesn't give a damn about anybody. Brody was warned after he gave the 12-gauge celebration. Don't do that again. Then he got fined after he did it again. And then after he got fined, he did a grenade bomb. Brody doesn't give a damn. Here's the thing. There are people out there that have a misconception about what an athlete truly is supposed to be. I understand we want our athletes to be above reproach. I understand that we want them to look good for our kids. I understand that our kids look up to them as role models. I understand that a lot of people will say that's the natural position these athletes have been put in, and they understand that position and they need to act accordingly. I'm not going to say that I completely disagree with it. And I'm not even going to say that I'm cool with John Morant doing a shotgun thing. I mean, come on, when you got Draymond Green going, what the hell, bro? It's probably time to simmer down just a little bit there, bro, him. But he didn't choose to, and he's just being defiant. I guess you could call it youth. But anybody who thinks that he's paid directly to be an example, you are sadly mistaken. He's paid because he knows how to play the game of basketball better than 90% of the people that are out there. He's paid an inordinate amount of money, not just because of what he could do with said basketball, but the way that said basketball prowess translates to off-the-court money. You know, the jersey sales, the ticket sales, all the venues and everything that exists because Memphis Grizzly basketball is right there and John Morant is so popular. You have to look at it like this. If John Morant goes somewhere to play and that other team is 1-21, people will show up because they want to see John Morant play basketball. There are entire economies that are in this country that survive very literally off of sports. And you take a place like Milwaukee, I believe firmly that it would almost collapse if the Brewers and the Bucks went away. And if Wisconsin lost to the Green Bay Packers, they would really be in a heap. You have to understand that basically year-round, these people are employed because of that. You got baseball, you got basketball, that pretty much in that sense of it right there gives you year-round. Then you got football, you got the person who parks your car, you got the person who's at the venue giving you your food, you got the person who punches your ticket, you've got Buffalo Wild Wings as an example. How many of those places would just collapse if it wasn't for sports? Because what the hell else would you be doing on a Saturday night? You're not going to go there to watch Golden Girls. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Let's just keep it a buck. So because of what he's worth to any, and not just the franchise, but the entire league, they were willing to let a lot of stuff slide. And here's the thing. John Morant has had some things where it's been questionable. I know that people are going to start bringing up the past. Let's not forget the charges were not even brought up on John Morant. That's just all there is to that. I get where you're coming from, but John Morant isn't exactly a menace to society. Now, there's things there that are symptomatic of some potential trouble down the road. But, I think we can all remember being young and dumb and just not making smart decisions. Not everybody that age is as mature as you want them to be. It's not like he's 35 years old and still acting like this. I mean, when we really stop and think about it, how many of us have truly been mature at a young age? We made all the perfect decisions. We made all the right career choices. We never got in trouble with anybody. We never, our mouth never got us in anything. Come on. I mean, the margin for that person is so far and few in between that it's really, I'm not going to say it's non-existent because there are people out there that set a path and they followed it. That's great. That's good for them. Not everybody's like you. And I understand, look, people make fun of John Morant because, private school and all that stuff. And he's trying to be something he's not to a lot of people. In that regard, I understand. Because people from the hood don't like it when people who aren't from the hood try to be hood. Because it's like you don't know what it's like to live down here day in and day out. You know what I mean? And so when that happens, nobody likes that portrayal. Because then it becomes a wrongful betrayal sometimes of what really exists. And we certainly don't want to glorify it. Look, I'm not saying that what John Morant did is okay. And I'm not saying that it's inexcusable. All right? I'm not saying that it shouldn't be without consequence. Because he's pushing limits, he's pushing buttons, and he knows what he's doing. And while he's being a little smart-ass about it, I can understand where that would get a lot of people really riled up. Like, dude, bro, chill out already. Simultaneously, I think we need to remember being that age. And I think the more the NBA presses him, the more he is going to respond in a negative way because it's getting him a lot of attention. And really, when you think about it, it could be almost like a child acting out because until this type of stuff happens, how many people really, truly, seriously sit down and bring up John Morant in any situation for basketball? I mean, he either gets waylaid by Morse Jr. or somebody like that, or something like this happens that puts him in the news and it gets him a lot of attention. I'm just saying there's a lot of different ways to deal with a lot of different people, and maybe some sort of positive reinforcement instead of all this negativity would potentially change how he is. Oh, he's a grown man, blah, 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 blah. Look, man, everybody's different. It's just the way that it is, Brody. And everybody ain't at the speed of life as you. Great for you. You got it all figured out. Not everybody's got it that way. I'm just being understanding. I'm not saying that he shouldn't have been fined, and I'm not saying he's not being a smartass. What I'm saying is maybe if we approach everything differently, then he would respond differently. That's all I'm saying. I get it. A lot of people are like, man, hit him in the wallet. That's where it's really going to hurt. Well, apparently he's not too worried about his wallet right now. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Still no word on why Mike Malone was fired, really. Moses Malone, Post Malone. Mike Malone, Lakers in 5. What's up, Uncle Shay? Guys, I am Drew Duncan. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is all at Drew Duncan Radio. Can't wait to see Luka live in effect in Dallas tonight. He's in the building. You guys stay safe. Have a great rest of your night and or day.